Live coverage of an African safari and may include animal kills and carcasses. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good morning. It is a lovely morning out in the African bush. I am FW and you are watching Safari Live.
You are live.
Good morning again. With me on camera this morning I've got VM. Our plan for this morning, we want to check if the royal family is still around, if they finished that bushbuck kill that they had last night, and if they may be still in the area, maybe just resting up after their meal. Who knows? So let's see, let's go find out. We are quite close to the area, so we're going to move in there shortly. But while we do that, let's see what else we find until we get to that area and see what the story is. There's some Egyptian geese. Walking back to the water. I wonder where they were nesting. Maybe they were at the water last night, just moving around this morning a bit. Alright. Let's keep moving. Let's hope that no one came to bother them last night, this royal family. No hyena came around and maybe chased them off. Let's see if they're still around. We are approaching the riverbed. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Folks, while we keep moving into this riverbed, we're going to head over to Taylor and see what she is up to this morning.
Good morning and welcome to hopefully another incredible sunrise safari. My name is Taylor McCurdy and on camera with me is Eggsy, aka Zander, but nobody really calls him by his real name anymore. And I think I've said this before, this happens on a regular basis when you work for Wild Earth. Now, we made a bit of a mistake. Terrible judgment call this morning because I was tracking this male lion, and well, I'll show you his footprints and I'll show you the silly mistake that I made. Where is his we won't try and go over that little shrub. Right, let's have a look here. I just don't want to drive over his footprints, which I may have done already. Hang on, let's jump out quickly and find a big male footprint for you. Here's one. Going that way. He's a nice big footprint. It's pretty much the size of my hand. And well, it was probably from the big male lion that we heard calling as well. Right, Eggsy. So, I thought he was going to come back onto this main access road, but he didn't. What he's done is he's gone in between Aubrey's Road and Sandy Patch. So I think we're going to go onto Sandy Patch. I went, oh hang on, before I even continue. Look how nice the sun is, but I can't get a gap. Eggsy, what are we going to do? Should we just show them that? Just look how really incredible it is now. It's so orange, but we're so far away, and there's so many trees. that it's blocking the sunrise. Maybe Evia will be able to show you a better sunrise. I think he probably has a better view of it, but it's spectacular this morning. It's absolutely beautiful. The clouds are moving in, but not too badly, just a couple of small ones. It's like they were enrolled last night and told, of course, that the clouds need to come in for the sunrise. Right, and it seems as though Evia's on an absolute roll this morning. He's found, it sounds like the first cat.
So we have found the Queen Karula. She's quite vocal this morning, so let's just listen a bit, listen to her calling. I wonder if they weren't disturbed last night by maybe a hyena. She's calling the cubs. There's no sign of the cubs yet. She's quite vocal. Maybe the last 2 or 3 minutes just calling like this constantly. I haven't heard anything back. No reaction from the cubs, so I don't know where they have gone. Just looking around in the trees, maybe they jumped up into one of the trees if hyena came to bother them. Or maybe they moved off, maybe they carried on. They're happy with a full stomach and they moved off away from the area and left Mum on her own, carried on exploring. She's relatively close to the kill, maybe 50 meters or so from where we found them yesterday. I did see a bit of tracks in the riverbed just before we found her of maybe one of the cubs heading back south, so maybe it's moved off. Maybe went for a drink at Twin Dams. I went past the dams, but I didn't see anything there, so maybe they carried on. She does look a bit bothered. A bit upset. Maybe they've moved so far that they're not hearing Mum at the moment. We'll see. Maybe she'll get up and start moving around. Maybe try and see if she can find out or pick up on their scent. Follow that maybe for a bit. wonder how far these cubs would be away for them not to hear Mum contact calling. Maybe 500-600 meters or more. I always feel so sorry for Mum when they're calling like this and not getting any reaction. Normally the cubs will react very quickly, come running in at the call of Mum. So growing up, this is a call of most likely a meal, and now there's no reaction at all. I haven't heard any calls coming back. So, yeah, stressful times. Who knows what the story is here? We'll have to wait and see how it unfolds. Excuse me. Ashley, you would like to know if she's breathing very heavily. Yes, she is. She's panting. She's digesting the kill that they made yesterday. All the food that she's had. She's just busy digesting that. And the heavy breathing helps with the digestion. You can hear the calls are growing louder and louder. Just heard a reaction coming from somewhere to our right, quite far off, somewhere in this area. There was an answer, and she's looking into that direction intently. So maybe one of the cubs have heard her calls and is on its way back. She's on the move. One of my favorite calls and things to hear in the African bush is the rasping of a leopard. How beautiful was that? So maybe she's decided that the contact calling isn't doing the job, and she's gonna try with the louder, more territorial call. Let's see where she goes. She's moving. I think she's gonna just relieve herself, maybe scratch her paws and urinate as well. There's a bit of a territorial marking. Let's see where she goes. She might be heading in the direction of where I heard that call. And we're gonna have to quickly shoot around, get out of this drainage line and try to pick up on her again. Good luck, Mum. I really hope you find your cubs. Let's just move forward a bit to get a last view of her before she disappears into the thick bush. it is quite worrying what the story is here. So hopefully we'll be able to get you an answer. Let's really keep our fingers crossed and see what is what. But yeah, hopefully it's got a good ending. Just hold on, we're just gonna go up the embankment here, see if we can follow her for a bit. There we go. Phew, didn't get stuck. It's actually giving me a bit of a better position to scan around the area where she's looking at. I still haven't had any visual or any movement of anything. So if anything, she's gonna have to lead us to the cubs. Folks, while we keep checking out and figuring out what is happening here, we're going to head over to Taylor and find out what's happening with her lion tracks.
Well, at the moment we are on a run around trying to find where these lions have gone to, because I did have some little lion tracks and some mommy lion tracks walking around here, well, not just footprints left behind, just down over there, but now I seem to have lost them because the ground got so hard I could not see where they went. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to actually just drive along the cut line. I want to make sure that they haven't gone out again, or what the story is. It's a little bit confusing this morning. And that male lion track, we found his tracks coming back out and then he went back south again. So he's also giving us a bit of the run around. So we'll just do a quick check, because there's not too many of us out yet, none of the other guards are out. Evie's obviously with Madam Karula. So in order for me to try and search this massive area, it'll be much easier if I just sort of go step by step. So I'll check a portion of the boundary, and from there, if we don't, then we'll have to go back to the last tracks, and I'll probably have to jump out on foot and then try and follow them like that. It's a little bit easier then to see where they have walked if the ground becomes a little bit hard. Now remember, we are on a live safari, and if you'd like to have a chat with myself or Evie this morning, you're more than welcome to. You can do so by either hashtagging Safari Live on Twitter, or you can even send us an email, questions@WildEarthTV. It's so, I just actually can't believe how beautiful it is, and if you've never been on a safari before, it's very hard to try and describe this experience to you of waking up before the sun has even risen. And it might not sound appetizing to some of you, but I can promise you, once you get over the whole tiredness and I should not be up this early, and you get outside and you hear the dawn chorus and you start to see the sun peeking over the clouds, it's really quite amazing. It's something really, really special. Now, I believe this is the dam wall where the lions were laying behind. So apparently they were just on the other side here. And those lion tracks were a little bit further west of this and in our traverse. So I wonder if they didn't maybe do a lap and go towards Sydney's dam and then cross back in. It's a difficult one. I'm going to take Mvubu Road. We're going to do it. I'm going to just check around here. We know they love these drainage systems, and I suspect that they are going to be searching far and wide for potentially a buffalo. It's their favorite food. However, I'm sure that they would settle for a zebra or a kudu or anything else as well. but for the amount of lions that the Nkuhuma Pride is now, it's important that they do catch something quite large. Well, the drainage systems are the way to go. So we're just going to check very, very carefully around here. And you can see how thick it is. I mean, just a month ago you could scan so easily. You could drive around and, well, it wouldn't really be too much of an issue. Oh, wonderful. And sorry, I'm talking, people are talking to me in my head again. I did think I just saw a footprint. We're going to just double check when it gets to a nice clean area. I think we may have taken the right road here. No, I can't see any tracks. I did see one lion footprint very, very briefly. Okay, we'll just take a gamble. We'll just check this road. And when lions do walk, they don't have to just stick to the roads. They can move around. If it's a male, he might go and mark his territory, then pop back onto the road again. The cubs could get distracted and race off. And, well, yes, so it's quite tricky. So we're going to keep searching for these lions. We're going to check their favorite spots. But it seems as though Karula's not having any luck with finding her cubs just yet.
Welcome back. Yeah, she has moved a little bit. Still calling every now and then, and those rasping calls just getting more and more. So yeah, it's gonna be a very intense, stressful morning until we find out what the story is here. I'm hoping for the best, and I believe that we're gonna have the cubs join us at some stage. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed for that. But for the time being, let's enjoy being with her. Let's help her search for these cubs. Mirror, you would like to know what would happen if she can't find the cubs. No, sorry about that. I misheard there a little bit. I think she'll keep trying for as long as she can until she gets a final answer. If we don't find the cubs at all. So, sorry, I just heard something. Maybe I'm imagining things. It's a tough one. She'll have to kind of get closure, and if worse comes to worse, and I'm not saying that that is the case, but I'm using it as an example. If there is a carcass of one of these youngsters, if things really went very bad, then she would move on eventually. But without knowing, I think she'll keep searching. She'll just keep moving around, seeing if she can find anything, find any sign of the youngsters. And yeah, that's unfortunately the ugly part of nature, when things like this are a possibility. Jason and Jess, you are wondering if there are any other predator tracks around Karula. I haven't picked up any sign yet. We didn't go directly to where the kill was last night, so I couldn't see if there were any bones left, anything had been taken. There were some tracks in the riverbed. I thought it might have been one of the youngsters. I might have been wrong. Riverbeds and dry sand are quite tough to see tracks because of the looseness of the sand. So tracks start changing shape a little bit. We'll have to go back later maybe and just explore that area a bit more maybe, and look for any specific sign of what might have happened. But I think for the moment it's more important for us to stick with Karula and see what she gets up to. Rahisa, you would like to know if she may have hunted during the night and is calling her cubs back for a meal. I don't think so. They made a kill yesterday afternoon or during the day sometime. I don't think that she would hunt immediately after that. And if she did, she would have most likely hoisted it up in a tree or something to keep it away from other predators or any scavengers, and we might have found her in the tree with the kill calling, not moving around and looking so upset. So I don't think that is the case this morning. We've got a baby. We have got a baby. Welcome back. We got you. Relief. And the other one is joining up. Thank goodness for that. I think it's young Sana that's at the back here coming in. Okay. We can settle our nerves. Sure. This is very, very, very good news. Hello, Mum. And the royal family is reunited. Everyone looks very, very, very happy. Our little explorers made us very worried. Here we go, number 1. Morning, Shungile and Hosanna. Folks, we're going to have to navigate through the bush here again. So we might lose visual of them for a couple of minutes. It's quite thick here and we need to make a big loop around. So let's stick with them for as long as we can have visual, and then we'll try and move her. But while we reposition and get a better view of these 3 beautiful cats, we're going to head over to Taylor and see what she's up to.
We're still searching for the lions. I'm not doing a very good job today. Eggsy's distracting me. That's actually the problem this morning. No, it's not. So these lions have been going up and down. I have a suspicion that they're here, but now we just need to find them. So we're doing the elimination process. I'm now on shortcut, Gallagher shortcut, and there's a little pan actually a little bit of a distance from here, not too far. So we'll check around there, and it is a really nice soft sandy road. It also comes right up to one of the drainage systems that I was telling you about, and I've seen these lions in this very, very dense block on a number of occasions. Oh, I got such a fright. I thought it was lion. It's not. We've got some Nyala and a big Waterbuck. We'll see if we can get a nice view, but we may only just get a view of the Nyala because the Waterbuck is now oh my goodness, there's so many animals. I'm going to show you the Waterbuck quickly before he disappears. He doesn't seem to be as relaxed as the rest of the antelope species here. Hello, big boy. Why are you so nervous this morning? And that's it. He's not comfortable with us. That's why I've just stopped and given him quite a bit of space. He's now moving off into the thicket, and that's fine. He can go. He'll move off into there, and he'll probably feel a little bit safer having some vegetation around him where he can hide. However, the Nyala are being very much cooperative. And there's one impala here. And an Egyptian goose. Hi guys! Isn't this beautiful? There's a little Nyala lamb as well. This is so stunning. It's a very peaceful sort of feeling over the bushveld this morning. It's really quite nice. And then of course you'll see the Egyptian geese. They pop up. They're always around here. And an Nyala having a drink. This is the little pan that I was telling you about too. And it is so nice to see so many different species of animals all interacting together, keeping their eyes and ears open, making sure nothing is trying to sneak up on them. Here's another big Nyala bull. He's also stunning. That'll be a fair competition. And I wonder if we sit here for a little bit. And this is a very good area. There's green grass, there's a source of water. And now it's not just these two male Nyala here. You saw the females with that young fawn. Oh my goodness, I have this one fly. I swat it out and then it just goes straight back into my eye again. How ridiculous is that? Get out of there. And I wonder if the two of them aren't going to erect all the hair on their body and do a beautiful display for us. You can see they're both moving around now to this female. Looks like the one on the left has already sort of stiffened his tail now in preparation. Let's see if they do erect all that beautiful white hair. And of course she's not interested. She just wants to have a drink with the oxpecker. And it's often that you'll have quite a bit of conflict between the various species of animals around something like a watering hole. Especially on hot days or times of drought, though we're quite lucky now. I don't think there's too much competition at watering holes because there is so much water around at the moment. Oh, they're all coming down for a drink now. This is such an incredible scene. Hello, little one. Careful, don't get too left behind. So lovely. Not too sure, unfortunately, of the water, and I think a little bit nervous maybe of those birds. What are you scared of? Of the starlings. You can't be frightened by those beautiful things. There we go. No. Little one got brave. Now trying to make its way through all the different birds, all the starlings and the oxpeckers. Here we go. Yes, go stand nice and close to someone and have a drink. And even... It's okay. Shame, this little one is so nervous. And it's natural for animals to be nervous around a watering hole because potentially they could either be big predators, sort of big cats just lurking off into the distance, or even a crocodile. Not a crocodile. I mean to say a crocodile just waiting at the bottom of the watering hole. I'm so sorry. My goodness. I have no idea what a crocodile is, but I think I need to compose myself now. So I'm going to send you all the way across to Evia, who has still got the royal family.
The royal family is on the move and coming towards a dam for a drink. I'm just getting the vehicle ready so we can have a beautiful view of them having a sip of water. Two cubs are very playful. They were playing in the riverbank before jumping out, following mum. following Mum to the water. Those Egyptian geese have taken off in a hurry, getting away from the predators. It is amazing how the behavior of these animals can make us stress. Once you start getting to know these animals, there's a very big connection with them, and you live yourself into their lives to an extent. I'm very happy that we had a happy ending to the story today, and I'm glad that the royal family is back together again. Beautiful shot. Hello, Mum. Hopefully you're getting some beautiful screenshots this morning of these three together at the water. There's attention there. Looked like maybe a Natal spurfowl running away in the distance. Just the movement got his attention. Mal, I'm very happy to hear that you were able to hear the leopard's call for the first time. Maria, you are saying that you hope Karula gave them a good talking to. I think that's still on its way, but I hope she does have a stern chat to them, letting them know not to play around like this and be foolish and give all of us a hard time. This would have been, in a human case, it would have been a similar situation where maybe a child slips out in the middle of the night to go to someone else's house party and only comes back early in the morning without really getting any permission from the parents. So maybe they'll get a hiding. But how nice is this, just walking past us right in front of the vehicle. Karula's back to her normal self. She just sprayed a bit of urine to mark her territory, let everyone know she's the boss of the area. Osana, I think, is going to jump on his mother. It looks like he's stalking his mother. Let's just reposition again. She's not having any of that. Murray, you would like to know why Hosana is almost as big as Karula. Males of most species are normally bigger, and he's growing a lot faster than little Shongile. So I think soon he'll pass his mother and get bigger than her. Karula's on the move again. She's leading them somewhere. I don't know where yet. We'll have to find out. We are slowly but surely approaching our southern boundary. So she might be... She might be wanting to lead them south and cross over the boundary. Let's hope it gets nice and hot quickly and they decide to sleep somewhere in the shade before they cross over, so we can spend a bit more time with them. Michael, you would like to know if Karula had another set of cubs, if she'd allowed Shongile and Hosana to interact with them. Excuse me. I don't think for the first couple of months of the new cubs' lives she would allow any interaction of any sorts. Maybe later on, when they've grown up a bit, she'll allow maybe Shongile a bit of interaction. But I think after Hosana gets on the move and he moves out, I don't think he'll be allowed any interaction, because he might start feeling that it's not his cubs, he's ready for mating, and he might want to get his genetics on the roll. So I doubt that he'll be in the area long enough to be able to have any interaction with new cubs. Mia in Illinois, your question, are the cubs marking any territory yet? Not at all, no. They are still too young to do that. And if any of the two, especially Hosana, tries and do something like that, I think he'll get into big trouble with the dominant males in the area. Tingana would not be happy if this guy starts taking any chances like that. That would be a very bad idea, excuse me, for him to start testing out the power of the other males at this age. He needs to grow up a bit, grow a bit stronger, before he starts even thinking about doing any of that. He'll probably only really start scent marking once he's maybe 3 or 4 years old, maybe even a little bit older, when he's strong enough to push out an older male that has had a territory and he has taken over that territory. So I would give him another at least 2 to 3 years before he'll be anywhere close to that. And in that time he might be very far from here. Folks, while we keep looking at these 3 beautiful cats, we're going to head over to Taylor and see what she's up to, if she's had any luck with those lions.
The cats, well, the lions are still giving us a run around, but look at these 2 beautiful Impala ram. They have been clashing heads, so let's see if they give it a bash again. Here we go. Now it's a very narrow gap that we've got here. Let's see if they keep and go forward again. Now they're very equal size, these 2. Oh, typical. Now they're going to go. Okay, we'll just sit here and watch them. Looking lovely and healthy and very, very fit. So it'll be a tough challenge as to who will win the clash of the horns this morning. Isn't that incredible? You see how they drop their heads and they lock their horns? They obviously don't want to bump their own heads because that would be quite sore. But even though they get down and they have a little argument, have you noticed how vigilant they still are? This is doesn't look like a very serious fight, because they're still stopping, checking their surroundings, and now they've disappeared out of sight. We'll see if we can get them again. I've been very fortunate to see impalas battle it out, but a serious one, and then they don't really care what's going on around them. Let's see if we can get one more view. Oh, it's the tricky spot here. We'll go up a little bit further. It seems as though they are coming this way. Just driving very slowly because I don't want to startle them. There we go. And you can see when I say it's not really serious, they stop and, of course, groom themselves, like I said, have a look around. Now they're walking off. So they'll be practicing for the rutting season that's going to start in March. And well, that's when it's going to get exceptionally serious. So that's when they will start to battle it out for females to be in charge of a harem. And that's also quite exciting. And that's what I love about nature is that throughout the entire year there's different seasons for animals, whether it be fighting for mating rights or whatever it may be, getting the best position at a watering hole. So now we've just had all these baby impala being born, the young wildebeest, the zebra, and once they grow up, because they're going to grow up very, very quickly, then we're going to get the next exciting thing, which is, of course, for me, the rutting. And that's just around the corner, and you won't believe how quickly March is going to come upon us. Now we're heading towards a gate. I just want to very quickly just do a loop here just to see if there are any more lion tracks crossing over, and then if there aren't, I'm going to go back around to where I saw the last lioness tracks with the cubs, and we'll try and follow them in. I think they've gone into a drainage system. It's very, very, very thick around there, so we have to be careful. So we're approaching Gowrie Gate now, which is the most northern entrance in the Sabi Sand area. They've got 3 gates. Is it 3 gate? Not 3 gate. Yeah. Right. I've forgotten how many gates we have in the Sabi Sand. It's going to be one of those days today. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to have to. I've just picked up on a couple of more lion tracks. I'm going to have a proper look around here. I might have to check Triple M. I'm going to send you back across to Evia and of course the wonderful leopards.
I've got a beautiful shot of these cubs. They're still following Karula. Karula's gone up onto a termite mound. We're going to get a chance to have a look there now. She's still calling and sounds quite upset with the whole situation. Just got some other people that have joined us. I'm going to reposition here quickly. Yeah, I wonder if she's upset about these youngsters being so naughty this morning, or if she's trying to get someone's attention. Shongile is joining her on the termite mound. We are going to have a beautiful sight in only a couple of seconds. Here we go. Having a good look at the world from above. What are you doing, Shongile? I'm looking for a toy. Hopefully it's in my Christmas box. Little boxing bag there. I got it. Got you. This is a spectacular sight to see. Betty, you would like to know, when Karula was calling the last time, she had her head very low to the ground. She's just using the ground almost as a natural loudspeaker. So just pushing that onto the ground and having the ground push it, or maybe make it resonate more. It's not that she was pushing the sound into the ground and it traveling underground. It's just to get a bit of natural ambience and getting it a lot louder. She just marked the tree there. Little Shongile. Oh, that's interesting. Shongile is marking. I mean, you would like to know if Osana, or if when Osana and Shongile urinate normally, if other leopards would take that as a scent mark. I don't think they would. I think everyone understands that there are natural processes to be done. So, yeah, I don't know if it must have to do with pheromones and other signs in the urine that makes animals realize this is a territorial marking. And I think also if an animal urinates and sprays urine maybe over the territorial animal's urine, that might be, or that is an indication of this is a challenge we're going to take you on. And I'm here to push you out of your territory. While they're on the move, let's just quickly shoot around here. They're approaching the boundary fast. I don't know how long we're still going to be with them before they disappear. There is a squirrel that's extremely upset with this leopard presence. They're sitting on top of the termite mound there, it's just gone down. But they were very unhappy with Aqua. You would like to know if there's a possibility of another leopard in the area maybe. Oh, naughty kids. Mom's just trying to rest and the kids want to play. Yeah, if there's another leopard in the area, that is definitely a possibility. That there might have been a visitor to her area while she was on the move somewhere, and she's picked that up through the scent now, and is just trying to maybe let them know that she is still around and not ready to give up her territory yet. I think we are going to lose them shortly. They're approaching this boundary road. It has been a lovely morning spending time with these beautiful three cats and seeing how this story unfolded from this stressful morning that we had of not knowing what... Oh, look at that jump! Of not knowing what was happening and then having a good ending to it. Tall man, you would like to know the maximum distance that the cubs could have heard their mother call or heard their mother calling. I'm not sure at the exact number, but my guess would have been those softer calls, maybe 500-600 meters, and that loud rasping call would carry a much longer distance, maybe a couple of kilometers at least, for them to hear her. Let's have one last look at them here before they disappear. So Sana and Shongile still playing with one another, and Mum moving away a bit further in front, leading the way. And off they go. Folks, I think let's leave these young cats to do their thing, and Mum, let's carry on. We'll give some other people a chance to have a look at them. We have had an exceptional morning with the royal family, and let's see what else we can find for the morning. Folks, while we keep searching, we're going to head over to Brent, who is on bushwalk this morning, and see what he's getting up to.
Well, always look on the bright side of life, and it is a bright morning here in the African bush, and I'm very excited to take you on a bushwalk. My name is Brent Smith. I have Dangerous Dave Gravy. What's it? Davy Gravy? Downpour Dave, the man with more nicknames at Wild Earth than anyone else, but my favorite is always Dangerous Dave the Dish. So we are heading out to see what wonderful creatures we can find on foot. I think we're going to be looking for some butterflies this morning. And maybe some scorpions, some wildflowers, so the smaller, the finer things in life. And it is, of course, Christmas Eve today, so very Merry Christmas. I know it might not quite be Christmas Eve, or could already be Christmas Eve, depending on where in the world you are watching, but wonderful to have you with us for this festive season. Now, of course, this is 100% live, so if I hit myself on the head, ow, it's happening right now. But we are going to go have a look around this incredible open area. Maybe we'll head down towards the Djuma Pan. I know Taylor's on the lion tracks quite far away. I don't want to walk that far today. And, of course, Karula and Cubs have unfortunately decided to vacate. If you want to ask me any questions, remember the hashtag Safari Live on Twitter. Or you can send an email to questions@WildEarthTV. Now, Dave, don't walk into the termite mound.
All right.
Yes, that's probably a good way to start the morning. Now, I said we're going to look for some butterflies, and it's getting to about the right time of the day as it warms up that they come out. So when looking for butterflies, one looks for flowers, and on short disturbed grasses like this is always the best place. Now, no, these are all, we've done these flowers. We're going to look for flowers we don't know, ones that I don't even know, so I can go do some homework after drive. But while we do that, I am going to look for all sorts of other creatures. Now, always good to have a look. If you see any small bushes that have been fed on, it's always a good place to look for the larval stage of butterflies or moths, caterpillars and such. Now, it is quite warm already. How warm would you say it is, Dave? I say it's over 30.
At least, yeah.
Over 30 degrees at 6 a.m. in the morning. Well, they say Africa isn't for sissies, and we're tough enough to handle the heat. But let's go see who's also quite tough, but not so sharp on her feet, Twinkle Not So Toes Taylor.
Brent, you are indeed correct in saying that Africa is not for sissies. We are in for a hot day today, but that's quite nice. It could be the last hot day that we have before the rain settles in. That's what I'm hoping for. Now, we've got some Impala here. Let me find a nice little gap with all the babies. And while we were driving on Triple M, because I'm sure you're probably wondering if I'm still on Triple M, and if you've been watching for long enough, you would have probably spotted straight away that we've moved off one of the main roads. However, I had all the Lioness tracks going over some buffalo footprints, going east on Triple M with the cubs, and then they came back north into our traverse. So I'm just checking around here, doing one final search, and if I don't see any footprints coming out on, what road are we on now? I have to just check, it is Impala Road. Then I know that they are in this block between us and Triple M, and then I shall jump on foot and I will go and find them for us. Now, I'm hoping that that explains the behavior of the male lion footprints going west, then going north and coming back south. Maybe he heard a distress call and came racing back towards the females. But we'll only be able to tell you once we find the lions and if we find the lions. But these impala look very relaxed. They don't look too stressed at the moment. But still keeping an eye out, looking around them just to make sure. But I think let's not waste too much time. And the reason why is because it is getting so hot is that we know what happens as soon as the heat of the day rains upon us, is that the cats go flat. So we don't want to do that. We want to catch the lions in the midst of any action, even if it's walking around or grooming themselves, because flat cats are not my favorite. Now, I know a few of you were hoping that I would draw a crocodog, this animal that I've now made up. I don't even know what a crocodog is, and I shall draw one for you, but I'm only going to draw one for you if we find the lions. So those are my conditions. Rightio. It seems as though Mr. Leo Smith is up and awake, and he's found his first caterpillar for the morning.
Look at this, isn't that incredible? Now, I've got to be quite careful. I don't want to get this caterpillar on my skin. It will itch insanely. Now, judging from its size, it's probably the larvae of one of the emperor moths or owl moths. They're quite big moths. Now, the amazing thing is, over its short life as a caterpillar, how big they grow. Now, there are 2 caterpillars on our little branch here. And Davey, are we on the little one?
Yes.
Now, look how small that one is. It's so small, so sweet, so tiny, in comparison to the massive fat beast. Now, that little one is probably quite recently hatched, whereas the big one has been munching probably for a week or 10 days or so, and is barely moving now. It's probably about to pupate or go into the next phase of its transformation into a winged beast. So it's fed and got nice and fat, and now it's going to probably, or not probably, it's going to crystallize, and then after that transformation phase in the chrysalis, it's going to pop out as a big butterfly. Oh, not butterfly, moth, I think, in this case. And then you see the little one. He's got about 10 or 12 days more eating to do before he's going to be able to do that. Now, I do not know which species of moth this incredible caterpillar belongs to, but I definitely am going to go have a look. Now, the problem with the moths and things is there's very few reference books on moths and that, and a lot of the information on them is to be found hidden in scientific papers, so sometimes it takes a bit of worming out. Ha ha ha, see how I used worm there? I'm so clever this morning. I mean, I wish the rest of the world could be as sharp as me at this time in the morning. Okay, well, there we go, isn't that cool? I'm going to put them back on their bush. Now, the way we found them is that we saw is because there were a bunch of leaves that you can see have been munched on, so and we started looking a little bit more carefully and found the caterpillars. Oh, okay, let's keep maneuvering. Now, blue butterfrog would like to know what whoopsie is the largest and smallest a butterfly species we get our chat. The smallest butterfly species will be one of the blues. They are tiny, tiny little butterflies. There's a whole family of them. There's quite a lot around the same size. And the largest, probably one of the swallowtails. The emperor swallowtail butterfly will be the largest. Now, I am very forgetful this morning, even though I said I was sharp. I forgot my butterfly checklist, but not to worry. We're going to walk past my house and I'll grab it, and then I'll show you both of those species. The emperor swallowtail, which is probably can get about as big as my hand, and to those tiny blues, which will be smaller than my smallest fingernail. Let's keep moving now. It is incredible. There's no impala on quarantine at the moment. Oh, Marianne, you've caught me out. I used to know this. and I've forgotten now. And it was actually one of our incredible viewers who taught it to me. I do apologize, whoever taught it to me. It's gone in one ear and out the other. So maybe you guys can remind me the source of the origins of the name butterfly. Oh, this is going to drive me nuts. I do remember it's somewhere in the recesses of my brain. But if you remember, please remind me by using the hashtag Safari Live or the email questions@WildEarthTV. I can't believe I forgot that. Well, you know, it is the festive season. We're allowed to have a lapse every now and then. Now, the reason there's probably no animals over the quarantine clearings is, as I know Taylor showed you earlier, there were lion tracks I saw when I came across, but they cut across the clearings from over there. Once we get a bit closer, we will show you the lion tracks as well, while we continue to search for creepy crawlies and flutterbys. Now, if at this time of the day, if we look down, look at that, how it's almost white out hot already. Now, Lion Eyes is wondering who is the fastest between a lion and a leopard. A leopard is slightly faster. A lion at full speed does between 20 and 22 meters per second. A leopard can go as fast as 24 meters per second. So they're quite close, and I definitely can't outrun them. Neither can Dave. So what is the most important thing when walking in the bush, Dave?
Never run. Never
run. Always stand your ground. Unless it's a hippopotamus, then run, run, run. No, I'm only joking. Sometimes you can shout down a hippo, but you've got to make sure you have another safety plan. So to step behind a bush or dive under a log. But if you actually had to run in a direct line away from a hippo, he's faster than us. Even though he looks like a fatty, he's pretty quick. He can get up to about 50 kilometers an hour. So even a fatty hippo is faster than Usain Bolt. Okay, well, we go collect my little butterfly checklist so we can work through it. Let's go see what Twinkle Toes is up to.
I wish Twinkle Toes had some superpowers as to where these lions are. I'm going to go back to where I had the last footprints and all those buffalo tracks crossing over Triple M, just so that I can show you that I wasn't making it up, because I'm sure some of you are probably thinking that I've imagined all these tracks, and I just wanted to prove to you. And then I'm going to show you where I'm going to have to walk into the bushes to see if I can find them. But it's bizarre, because I haven't seen any tracks of the cubs sort of crossing over Voyatella Access or Impala Plains Road, none of those roads, so I don't know how they leapt across all the roads and then their footprints miraculously got over here. The only thing that I can think of is that maybe they walked all the way around Sydney's dam and came along the fence line, something like that, so that goes to the Manuletti, maybe came around there, past Gowrie Gate and snuck around that way, because I haven't checked right up against the gate, and it wouldn't be the first time that I've seen a lion or a leopard or even a cheetah walking past the entrances into the Sabi Sands. They often like to do that. Now we should be coming up to them shortly. Just checking. Here we go. I think this is where we are. Now I'm just double checking. This is where we've got all the buffalo footprints. I'm not going to jump out to show you because you know the buffalo tracks, but they're all over here. And they all cross sort of into Simbambili, it seems. And I think they were chased around by the lions. Now I'm going to try and show you the lion tracks. Let me just find them again. I left markers for myself on the road. It is actually quite a big herd of buffalo. Have a look here. Look at all these footprints now. Not massive, not like the big herd that Evia had the other day on Cheetah Plains. Probably about 30 or 40 buffalo, but still a relatively good sized herd. And you can see their footprints, not their feet prints. Their footprints are all dashing across. So I wonder if they weren't being chased around. No, I'm going to check exactly. I'm going to, here we go. Where are my markers? I'll take you to the last tracks. Exie, do you remember where my markers were? I think they were a bit further up the road. The line tracks start here, but we'll show you. Here we go. Alright, let's pull off the road, make sure there's nobody coming. Now you can see where I've been walking up and down already, trying to examine what exactly has gone on. Now, there were a lot of cub tracks walking down the middle sort of island of the road, and then we've got a Lioness track. Actually, it might be different. Can you see me over here, Exie? That was fine. We've got a Lioness track coming along here, walking this way, and then they, all of a sudden, everything veers off of the road. So they walk here. You see I drew a line. And then they continue going down. There's one that stays on the road. You can see this track over here. Oh, is it here? Oh, it's just behind the light, so you can't see it. But there's one last footprint here. And one or two more. And then they go back off of the road again. So what I'm eventually going to have to do is, I think they're in this block. I've checked Impala Plains Road. There's nothing coming out onto that road. So this will be my next mission, and hopefully Taxon or Aubrey or someone else is going to come down this way and give us a hand, which would really help, because they've got some well-experienced trackers on their vehicles, and they'd be exceptionally good at tracking these animals down. But it could only make sense to me that they're in here if there's no more footprints coming out. Maybe they got lucky. Maybe they snatched up a buffalo. What are you looking at, Exie? Oh, there's a warthog. I'm going to show you a warthog very quickly. Well spotted, Exie. Exie's a little bit higher up than me, so he sees things that are down in the dips on the road ahead. I couldn't see anything. Ooh, a few corrugations. Careful, piggy. We think that there are lions here. Let's see if we can get a view. Right, just dashed off over here. Where's he gone, Eggsy? Can you see him? Oh, there he is. A she. I think it's actually a she, not a he. We'll just go very quietly, because we know sometimes that, of course, warthogs can be a little bit on the skittish side. I've parked behind all the trees now. There it is. Hello. Munching away on the lovely, luscious grass. And they are looking in lovely condition. Remember how thin they got a couple of months ago? They weren't looking very well, but worse for wear. But now they have plumped themselves right up. But we're going to probably jump off a vehicle and have a little look here. There's another game drive vehicle coming ahead. I'll have a chat to them. I'm going to send you all the way across to Cheetah Plains. Evia has just arrived.
So we have decided to go to Cheetah Plains again, and just arriving in the area, we have found a Styx lioness that looks extremely full. She was moving around before getting down again, and her belly is very, very, very bloated, so they must have had a good meal at some stage. I think there are more lionesses around. I think there are 3 in the area. We only have seen this one, but we'll keep scanning around. Maybe one of them moves and we pick up where they are, and we can have a look at the others. Another very successful morning. When is the last time that the Styx lionesses were seen? Maybe some of the viewers can help me with that. I hear everyone is very excited to see them again. For me, it's the first time to see the Styx Pride as well, so it's very exciting to get to know yet another new group of animals that I haven't spent time with yet. Cardinal, thank you very much. So you're saying this pride has got 2 cubs and then the 3 lionesses. So better keep looking around and see if any of the others want to show themselves. Let's see. Let's hope this female moves and finds them for us. Leads us to them. Lily, you'd like to know how long a canine of a lion is. It looks enormous. That is probably maybe an inch or so, maybe a little bit longer than an inch. And that is probably only tooth or a third of what, maybe half of the entire tooth. So inside the jaw, the roots, all of that is quite long. So let's make it 1.5 inches to just over that. I don't think it'll touch 2 inches. That's quite long, but it is big. It's very big. You are welcome to maybe look around on the internet and search for a male lion coalition called the Charleston males. There's one of those males that had one of his canines pulled out. I think it was in a fight or maybe hunting giraffe. One of the two. I think he was first seen with this tooth out on a giraffe carcass. So let's work on the giraffe hunt that pulled the tooth out. But see if you can find a picture of that, and that'll give you an idea of how much still goes in to the jaw and is stuck in without us being able to see it. Folks, while we keep looking around for these other lions, we're gonna head back over to Bushwalk with Brent and see what he's up to.
This nest is so well camouflaged. Herbie, who's out keeping us safe, spotted it while I was scurrying about looking for butterflies. Now, it's so camouflaged, Dave's lost it. No, I'm joking, of course he hasn't. There we go. You can see, there we go, a little green pigeon sitting on the nest on the edge of quarantine. There we go. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. They are absolutely stunning birds. Well, we're going to have to keep an eye on this nest now that we know what it is. Now, on yesterday's sunset safari, I said I had forgotten my checklist, and there was a few we saw that we needed to check off. And some of the more common ones, like the African monarch. And then I'll do a quick count, see how we're doing for this summer season. African monarch, tick. What else did we see yesterday? There we go. I'm sure we'll see another one of those possibly today. I'm trying to. Oh, brown veined white was another one that we got. The whites. And then I did say I would show you which are the smallest. There we go, brown veined white, one of our most common butterfly species we saw yesterday as well. Tick. And I did say, there we go. Okay, we don't have the emperor swallowtail on this one, but that is what one of the biggest species look like. And there we go. You can have a look at that incredible larval stage of it as well. The citrus swallowtail. We should see some of those, and then one of the tiny little ones. The blues. And of course, I'm not talking about B.B. King, what B.B. King used to sing. I'm talking about a family of butterflies. There we go. These are all blues here. Tiny little chaps. I mean, they are about the size of my baby fingernail. Okay. Well, let's keep moving. While we keep moving, I'm going to tally up how many butterfly species we've got. Butterfly. Oh, come Dave. Butterfly hunting in the African dawn. I think I don't know if we've got it. I don't know if we've got it yet this year, but it is one of our more common. We've definitely seen the larval stage. You see it, Dave? Sitting on the little white flower there. Okay, I'm going to put my shadow on it. There. Now I'm going to just have a quick look, see if I have... Oh, he flew off. Well, let's watch him. I'll have a look in my book to see if we have ticked it yet. I don't think so. Did he fly that way now? He's by Herbie. Oh, it's gone. I don't know if we can count that, but we haven't ticked it yet as the African migrant. We have seen the larval stage, but we haven't seen the adult yet. So there we go, African migrant. We'll try to get a better view of one. And I think our best source of butterflies is going to be slightly to the west of here. So let's go have a look. Mac would like to know, have there been any baboons spotted yet? Yes, we've been seeing baboons quite frequently around the Djuma pan, and also, oh, cocoons, not baboons. That makes a lot more sense. I was like, why are we talking about baboons after I've just been talking about butterflies? I was very confused. I haven't seen any cocoons, but quite often they are very, very well hidden, but we will have a look. Oh, there's a common butterfly that we have already ticked off our list. Oh, Dave scared it. There's another one sitting over there. Again, I'll use my shadow. There, when the end of the pen shadow is. It is a broad, balded grass yellow. Oh, there it flutters by. There we go, very pretty little butterfly, but one of the more common species. Okay, onward, Dave, onward in search of flutterbys. Now, quite often when you see one or two species, you see a bunch more. Okay. Oh. I've just lost the sight of it. Let's go because, well, thank you very much, Marianne. Said it could be the old adage that butterflies like milk or butter, they like to land on. Oh, there we go. It took off. Like to land on it, or the fact that quite a lot of a lot of species, the color of their wings resembles butter. Thank you very much for that, Marianne. That does make the most sense to me. That maybe because there are so many yellowy and white butterflies. Oh, a flower that are around. Now, I don't know if anyone else has shown you this flower yet this year. It is one of our two tall flowers. We've got both around here. I think let's come around this side so we can see it. Dave, there we go. And I'm just going to lift up the flower so you can see that pretty coloration there. This is a wild foxglove. And you are able to eat the leaves and stem of this plant. It's quite nutritious. Mixed in with some other edible plants makes quite a nice sort of spinach concoction. And of course the other one that people sometimes get confused with, although I'm not sure how, is the wild winged sesame. And that you can use to make cooking oil. You would need a lot of them though, because you press the whole plant for the oil, not just the seeds. Okay, we're going to keep on our search for butterflies. While we do that, let us go see what Taylor has found.
I've got some very, very sad news for all of you who are watching and have watched me drive around in circles, on straight lines, off-road, on-road, is that the Nkahuma Pride somehow miraculously crossed Triple M without me noticing. They did a double back, maybe a figure of 8, and they killed 2 buffalo on Simbambili, but very close to Triple M. It's probably only maybe about 100 meters or so into their traverse, so I don't know where the closest water will be. Hopefully they're going to have to come back across towards Sydney's dam to have a drink, and we could catch them in the process, but I suspect that we won't probably see them, well, today, probably not tomorrow or the next day either. So we'll just keep checking those areas and hope that they do come back across. But it's very sad, as I've been chasing after them most of the morning. But we've got a different kind of challenge, well, that Eggsy and I have set ourselves this morning. We're going to do an antelope challenge. We're going to see how many different antelope species we can find. So we've already done the Nyala when we got both male, female, and a baby. We also saw a beautiful big Waterbuck male, so that's 2. And then of course those lovely Impala rams that were clashing horns earlier. So we've done 3, and we'll try and get the very obvious ones. I'm sure we'll find a kudu or 2, and hopefully a steenbok and a common duiker. And maybe if we're exceptionally lucky, we get something like a reedbuck, which would be more of a difficult one to find. So that's what I've decided to do this morning. It's a different challenge. We've done the bird challenge. We haven't done a butterfly challenge with Brent, though I'm sure he'll beat me hands down in that one. He loves butterflies, the butterfly king. And we've also done the mammal challenge. That was quite interesting. And maybe this afternoon we'll challenge Evia to one of Brent's famous challenges.